Welcome to this episode of Real Talk with Dr. Asha. I hope everybody's doing well today. So, I wanted to talk about why being different feels so hard and how to stop apologizing for it. It's something that I think we've all felt, and this hits close to home for me. Why does being different feel so hard? Why do we waste so much time for apologizing for it and trying to fix it, trying to fit in, and try to diminish our own unique self? It's crazy. When I was I think about 8 or 9, I remember bringing my Indian food in my lunchbox to school. My mom had packed it. It was an amazing homemade dish, spices, flavors, and all the works. I opened it up, and I remember this kid sitting across from me, wrinkled his nose and said, "Ew, what is that?" And just like that, I decided, nope, not doing this again. It's just going to be peanut butter and jelly or just the regular food. I all of a sudden shut down. And this was that's just one memory that I have, but this happens in so many different ways. It was incredible. It wasn't about the food, and it wasn't about being shameful or anything. I just needed to shrink, to blend in and avoid standing out. When you fast forward to adulthood, guess what? We do the same exact thing. We tone ourselves down in meetings. We second guess our opinions. We try to do everything the same way other people are doing it. We change how we dress, speak, think, wear our hair, just to make other people comfortable. But why? Most of us don't say it out loud. It's just fitting in. It feels easier for some reason until it doesn't. Because you end up fitting in to a version of a life that isn't even yours. And then you end up being frustrated and angry about it. And here's what I've learned with that. Being different isn't the hard part. The hard part is believing you shouldn't be. We're all unique. And when I started owning my own story and my background, my little quirks, my weird sense of humor, my not so typical lifestyle choices and career choices, everything started to change. And it didn't happen overnight because it's been a process for me. I'm still going through it, even to this day. But gradually, I just stopped apologizing for who I was and who I am. And that gave other people, permission to do the same. If you're feeling like the odd one out, if you tried to make yourself smaller, this is your reminder. You don't owe anyone a watered down version of yourself. You're doing no one a benefit of that. Your different is your power. It's the reason people will trust you, connect with you, learn from you, want to be in connection with you. And yes, it is uncomfortable. It's super uncomfortable. You'll lose some people along the way. You'll lose a lot of people along the way. You'll be misunderstood. But you're also going to attract the right people, your tribe, the real connections. And that's the beauty of it. Honestly, that's worth everything. So here's a question I want you to sit with today. Where are you still apologizing for who you are? Is it in your work? Is it in your relationships? Is it in your own self-talk? And what would happen if you just stopped? When you show up as your full, unfiltered self, you make it easier and inspirational, actually, for others to do the same. And maybe that's how we change things. One brave, honest conversation at a time. I'm going to leave you with this thought. Your difference isn't a flaw. It's your fingerprint on this world. Own it. Embrace it. And I know it's easy to say it when you're on a podcast mic, right? But trust me, this is something I've wrestled with in real life every day. Let me share another quick story with you. A few years ago, I was invited to speak at a conference, and it was filled with these high-powered professionals, suits, people with impressive job titles, that vibe. And the organizer said to me, just make sure you sound professional, don't get too personal or soft. And for a moment, the old voice kicked in, okay, blend in, play it safe, be what they expect. And then I thought, wait a second. Why did they even invite me here? Why am I here if I'm going to show up just as a cardboard cutout of myself? So instead, I told a real story about messing up, about loss, about learning the hard way. And I watched the entire room shift. People came up to me afterwards and said, I didn't know you were allowed to be so honest in life. I am inspired. And I thought, allowed. Think about that for a moment. Allowed. They use the word allowed. We spend so much of our lives waiting for permission to be real, to speak up, to stop pretending. But what if we stopped waiting? What if you gave yourself the permission? That's really the permission that we're looking for. Listen, being different isn't always comfortable. I know it. Sometimes it means walking into a room where no one looks like you, or thinks like you, or even gets you. But the quiet truth that nobody tells you is that you don't have to belong everywhere. You just have to belong to yourself first and foremost. And when you do, when you really start showing up for yourself, you'll notice the right people find you. People who aren't interested in your highlight reel and you just being just like them. They want the real you. That's who I want this community to be. A space where we stop editing ourselves down to these bite-sized pieces that look great on paper or great on social media, but don't represent who we truly are. A space where we can laugh and vent and reflect and get a little uncomfortable together, of course, because discomfort is often the beginning, the seed, the birthplace of growth. So if you've ever felt too loud, too quiet, too sensitive, too bold, too different, you're not too much, you're exactly enough. But I want you to remember this. You don't have to explain yourself to people who are committed to misunderstanding you. Don't. It's a waste of your time. You don't have to shrink to make others feel bigger. And you don't have to be, quote unquote, normal to be worthy. Real talk. You're already enough exactly as you are. I appreciate you spending time with me. If this hits home with you, hit follow, leave a review, send me a question, send me a comment. Share it with a friend who feels like they're always the odd one out. This will really help inspire them. Let's try to make this space a little braver, a little kinder, and a whole lot more real. Let's create that in our lives. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I'll see you next time.